It would be great to have someone who could do our work for us, right? Someone to prevent us from making mistakes. Someone to assist with our routine professionally and allow us to devote our time to communicating with our closest people. If only we could get results without wasting our time for nothing. Unfortunately, it's impossible in real life. But wait, Liteforex social trading. Spend your time doing what really matters to you.
Hi guys, good morning again. It's a 10:15 a.m. CET or 9:15 a.m. London if you wish. It's the 13th of August. Piotr here, and we are going to cover UK job market live here on Liteforex Global YouTube channel. Before we start, risk warning as usual, guys. Please bear in mind, trading effects on margin, trading crypto on margin carries a high level of risk, may not be suitable for all investors. You can sustain a loss of some or all of your initial investment, so please do not invest the money that you cannot afford to lose. Seek education, gain experience before risking real money. However, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Okay, technical things before we start. Later today, ahead of the New York Open, ahead of the US CPI, we are going to have another meeting because we are going to cover these events live again here on Liteforex Global YouTube channel. So you are more than welcome to join me 2:15 p.m. CET, 1:15 p.m. London. So we are awaiting for the UK job market, and especially from the FX trading perspective, we are very interested in the average earnings index. Expectations are that it's going to be a little bit higher, and that should theoretically short term be pound positive. Anyway, then after our meeting, after the UK data, at the top of the hour, we do have German ZEF economic sentiment, and here the expectations are even worse than what we get before. So we can start with Euro Pound. In that case, Euro Pound analysis based on what we discussed this morning during our morning meeting. There is a chance that Friday price action, yesterday price action was nothing else than stop count through the highs created on the last week of August 2017, right? Oh, now it's better. We saw the rejection, but we are still trying to hold the levels from the mid-August, as well as the levels created in the very beginning of October, but 2016, right? So we are right now, we are trapped a bit, and we can put some lines as well here based on the weekly chart actually. Uh, 93,048, and it's a weekly, so it's a blue. Oh, 48. There you go. That's the first one, and we are talking about the high over here, and we are talking 92,687. Now, I took that trade because of this possibility of the rejection, as well as, the combination, first, from the risk perspective, right, risk-reward perspective, I think I'm on the right side, right? There are a few more important things I would like to share here with you. The thing is that for now it's a small exposure, but we have few key risk events from both sides, Euro and UK, right? Of course, the whole mess related to the Brexit, that's pound negative, right? But taking into the consideration the amount of the pound shorts on the market, taking into the consideration that at least for now, cable is trying to hold 120. Of course, from the short-term perspective, we need to get back above 2080, 2120. So we need to get back through the yesterday high and hold these levels, all right? So for now, it's some kind of the consolidation here, right? It supports pound a little bit. So we have today job market, and tomorrow we do have UK CPI. That's the two risk events for the pound. On the other hand, we have this ZEF index from the Germany and the gloomy outlook for the German economic. That's the one thing. And the second thing is that the Italian government is on the verge of collapse, right? And it's getting closer and closer and closer. So there are some pluses, there are some minuses. Based on what I've seen yesterday, I decided to take that short. Cannot be ruled out that we might try to create the swing high, meaning that we might try to retest. Yesterday and Friday high. So let's have a look how that could be. Something like this. Let's switch to green. It's a daily, hourly, 15. All right, we are set. And to the downside, of course, yesterday low, and I think that the Friday open and low because of the breakout, right? It might be the key. So 90 to 20, but I think we might see the levels as low as 90, 50, 90 medium term, right? So let's have a look what we are going to get. Monitoring closely because we are covering job market live. I'm going to try to trade from intraday perspective as well, trying not to take into the consideration the current exposure, just to, at least from the educational perspective. So I'm going to watch very carefully. It looks like this breakout level yesterday, right? Talking about this 93.05, it's key. Some stops are above for sure. We might see attempt to market to try to break higher. We'll see. Waiting patiently. On the other hand, cable retested this morning. Before the London Open, we retested, or right after London Open, we retested a weekly open, all right, 2040, taking into the consideration yesterday low compared to the late New York on Friday. It was looks like some kind of the stop count, and rally back, right? But yesterday we just rallied back towards the broken previous demand, meaning should work right now as a supply. And because of what we've seen yesterday in New York, Tokyo, and today morning, it looks like it did the job, right, as a supply level. So we saw this strong pullback. So on one hand, nice rally based on this stop hunt towards the Friday combination, Friday low, Monday Tokyo low, retest right now of the weekly open. Okay, and that's also something we are trying to hold, something like 50% of the yesterday range. So yeah, as long as we are above 120, I think bulls may try to get one more or two more attempts to push prices higher. What we shouldn't forget is the US CPI later today, and of course, as I mentioned before, we are going to cover it live. So that's the risk event for the bulls. Moving through and closing below 120 is going to add into this bearish view. Short term move above 2120, holding above 2120, get the chance in short term to cancel the bearish scenario. We will see here. There is a in case of the strong positive pound sentiment, there is a one more cross I'm watching very closely. It's a pound Aussie or pound Kiwi. That's, you know, might be decision based on the Aussie Kiwi level 105 right now. So it's I would say pound Aussie might be good here. And I like the pound Aussie from the possibility of some kind of the continuation to the upside. Now let me try to explain you what is behind my way of thinking, because the chart here on the daily not necessarily may suggest that the longs are as a good idea. But anyway, what is behind my way of thinking? The amount of the overall pound shorts on the market, that's the one thing, and this current situation in Hong Kong and China, plus trade tension between US and China, it might weigh on the Australian dollar. So in case of the combination of the positive sentiment towards the pound with the overall risk of negative sentiment because of the China story and Hong Kong story and US China story. Hi Mer, how are you doing? I think that might be the case for the possible pound Aussie rally near term, right? Especially that we've seen this morning continuation of the downward pressure, for example, on Nasdaq, right? So from that perspective, I think that levels we were discussing previously, closer to 77.50, 77, might be the case here, right? In case of the pullback to this ahead of this rally yesterday, right? So yeah, we'll see. For me, for now, Euro pound, pound USD. So that's what we are going to monitor and watch right now. So let's make it the way we want. Well, not this one. 1 minute left. Guys, remember that because of the YouTube rules, the stream is always delayed by a few seconds. So please don't forget to check the data on your side, as you are going to get it a little bit later from my side because of the So let's have a look. Don't forget the key for from the FX perspective. The key is average earnings, right? So good luck everybody, and let's have a look what we are going to get. Pound is trying to go higher. Average weekly earnings, as expected, high 3.7. Checking the claiming. Unemployment rate 3.9 versus 3.8 expected. Here is a week. Employment change 115,000 versus 60,000 expected. So this one is weaker. But at least market was not disappointed by the weekly earnings, at least for now. So watching carefully this euro pound, the short I already have, plus watching carefully cable in case of the retest 2080, 2120. The earnings ex bonus even higher, 3.9 versus 3.8 expectations. So pound is retesting this 2080, almost 2080 again. Nice recovery of the weekly open. So watch out, Tokyo high might be, that's what I think. This latest supply, which has been taken out yesterday a bit, right? So this yellow zone plus 2120, a little bit above yesterday high, that's the key levels for the pound right now. We can try to make the simple measure. If you are a bear and looking to sell, there might be some kind of the stop hunt because of the Tokyo high. So let's check this measure, and as you can see, the stops through this yellow zone through yesterday high, in case of the equal waves, that might be the case here, right? That might be the case eventually. So if, in case you are a bear, I would be careful trying to chase the market here. Actually, it's a logical place to try to short it something around 80, but I would be careful because that's what I see right now. We are very close to the psychological 120 level. That might be more profit taking from shorts going on, so be careful. I think that in case of the equal waves to the upside here, right, the Friday sell-off zone, that might be eventually the level you want to consider as a good to try to short it. So look for stops above 120, 120 from the short perspective, right? I'm not in a rush to try to short cable here. The thing might be, if we are going to go and break 120, consolidate below 120, that might be the case. I want to here. I want to sell some Rileys, but maybe a little bit higher, right? If I would be seller. Now, in regards to the CPI tomorrow, the expectations are a little bit lower with the year to year, but the core year to year, no change. Market is expecting no change. So the CPI might be this last dot after the US CPI, after the German ZEF. So not big fireworks right now, but mostly because of where we are from the cable perspective. The move on the pound within the next 20 minutes might be done by the ZEF. So in case of the combination here, we didn't get a huge disappointment. So if ZEF will disappoint, then the euro pound price action might dictate what is going on overall on the pound. Looks like market is trying to hold this 92.68 we discussed yesterday after they moved back above. Hi, how are you doing? Masawe. So there might be a little bit more action, or market will decide that they want to see what is going on in US with US CPI later today. Don't forget, we are going to cover it live here on Liteforex Global YouTube channel. We start our live stream 15 minutes ahead of the event. So overall, right now, post UK data, not positions yet. Still holding euro pound short from yesterday. But as discussed this morning, stop is above 93.30. It's a midterm trade. I've been thinking about the possibility of the intraday trading here during the UK data, but again, looks like we have to be patient, let them try to retest the levels we discussed, and then depends on the price action around these levels, decide what next. So looks like the Tokyo high is gonna be tested. Stops above, so 2080, 2120. Equal waves 2127, 2130, and this Friday supply as well, right? So to the upside, three levels. Today's Tokyo high, yesterday overall high, and the weekly high, as well as Friday Tokyo high. And this 2130, 2140, based on the Friday price action, that might be the supply zone. Actually, when we are going to visit first time, it might be ahead of the US CPI, guys. It might happen. And being there, that might be some kind of the line in the sand. What next from there, right? So as of now, UK job market, not big deal. ZEF index next. Let's have a look what's going to happen. So it's 15 minutes. So yeah, I think we can try to check it. So I'm gonna mute myself right now, and let's wait and see. And I'll be back. I'll be back around the Z index announcement. Okay guys, so German ZEV index next. Before we switch to euro dollar, just a reminder, still sitting short euro pound since yesterday. Post UK data, cable right now trapped between orange and yellow zone. I put the arrows as well for you to visualize what I'm thinking about. So let's switch to euro dollar. Here, no change into what we discussed last week. I mean, upper shadows supply based on the combination we've seen on the 18th and 19th of July. So here is the possible supply trying to move higher, 25.50 to the downside. First demand been tested yesterday around 60. So in case of market trying to take more stops, the next intraday possible demand 1140, 1130. Below it's 1110, 11, and based on this swing low and this weekly big demand zone, something closer to 1050. Expectations are weak, or very weak, so there is a little bit of the chance for upside surprise. Not gonna be great from my euro pound perspective, but overall that's what we can agree on. We are trading inside the range today, yesterday, and almost whole week from last Tuesday, right? So yeah, from Tuesday to Tuesday is a week. We are trading the range right now under the blue dotted line, meaning under the weekly open, above yesterday low. I like this possible combination of the over under. I might eventually grab tiny with the stop below the low. If not, then the zone we have here, 1140, 1130, the zone we created last week. So there you go. $13.5 current situation versus minus 6.3 expected, so minus 13.5, very weak. Economic sentiment 44, minus 44 versus minus 30 expectations, prior minus 24.5. Weak. ZEV says, ZEV indicator of economic sentiment points to a significant deterioration in the outlook for the German economy, guys. There you go. That's the very good reason for DAX to be at 11,600, right? Holy Maloney. And that's the euro dollar move post data. No move at all. Euro pound trying to hold this level when they broke back yesterday, trying to hold this 90 to 68. That's what we discussed. I'm holding short. I took short yesterday, but it's based on the higher time frame perspective. Is from medium term perspective possible. That's what I've been explaining based on what we've seen previously, right? And with this yesterday rejection, so that's I've been trying to trade intraday post UK data, but nothing has happened, to be honest with you. Cable trying to hold late New York yesterday, Tokyo, and pre-Europe open, pre-breakdown level. Euro is trying, yeah, that's the great reason for euro to move higher from here because of the ZEV. I'm joking, guys, I'm joking. Okay, market is trying to move both cable and euro. But don't forget, guys, in that case right now, it's all over to US CPI. And the best thing is that we are going to cover it live here on Liteforex Global YouTube channel. We start 15 minutes ahead of the event, meaning 2:15 p.m. CET or 1:15 p.m. London. More than welcome. You are more than welcome to join me this afternoon, and let's have a look what's going to happen with dollar after the event. Not bad UK data, horrible ZEV index. That's it from me this morning. Don't be trapped, guys. Let's have a look what's going to happen with the risk around the US Open. Have a great rest of the London session and see you ahead of the US CPI. Goodbye.
It would be great to have someone who could do our work for us, right? Someone to prevent us from making mistakes. Someone to assist with our routine professionally and allow us to devote our time to communicating with our closest people. If only we could get results without wasting our time for nothing. Unfortunately, it's impossible in real life. But wait, Liteforex social trading. Spend your time doing what really matters to you.